Hey, before we start this next episode, I just want to take a minute and thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching these videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, especially if you like the content. I really enjoy making these videos. I am trying to reach a larger audience, and it really helps when you like the videos, when you comment and share your opinions with us, and we have conversations and everything in the comment section, when you share the videos with your friends. So if it's something that you enjoyed and you want other people to see it, then please share the video. Take the time and just spread the word so that we can grow our audience. For those of you who have already subscribed without even me having to ask, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Your support is literally everything. It's why I do what I do, why I love making these videos. So thank you so much. Also, I do want to let you know we have so much more content coming. We have more guests that are going to be on the podcast. We have more episodes with school coming back into session again. We've got some back to school episodes, more behavior episodes, and all kinds of things coming. So please stick around. Please keep coming back to the channel. I'll have a new episode every single week. So just come hang out with us every week. It's going to be so much fun.
Welcome to the Absolute Momsense podcast.
Can we get some bigger mics? The big round ones?
That just
see
right
my
here.
eyes.
Okay, so today I thought it would be interesting to talk about the formula issues that everybody is going through, the shortages that are happening, the I guess debate now where everyone's like, well, okay, then just start breastfeeding, right? So now there's like more of a push to breastfeed versus formula feeding. Okay, so first of all, you haven't had a baby since...
Don't rub it in.
Sorry, I'm just saying, like, how many years?
That's been a lot.
Okay, so now...
He's 5, okay?
Like, put yourself back then, and you got a tiny baby. What would you do if...
I'd be in big trouble.
Okay, so do you breastfeed?
As much as I can, but I always have to supplement with formula.
From, like, at the beginning?
I try to get through 6 weeks exclusive, but then my mom's like get some formula in that baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my babies don't thrive, so I would be in big trouble.
Okay, so then what would you do?
I would be in big trouble.
I know.
I'd be calling my milkmaid friend.
Exactly.
I don't know though, because my babies really do thrive on formula, flat out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I've been like, now my situation, I feel like I don't really open up a lot about mine because I feel like that every time that I quit, it's always for selfish reasons. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that out there. I can breastfeed. I can do it. I have only ever gone, my longest was like 4.5 months. Yeah. And so I considered myself a champ with that one.
Yeah.
And then
yes, go you.
But like with each of them, it's like, I could have done better. Okay.
I think that's the mom guilt though. Really? You just carried the baby for 9 months, labored, recovered, and now you're breastfeeding in 4 months. Heck yeah. I would take it down.
It was
maybe that's like the difference. You're like, oh, I didn't do good. If I'm like, I am amazing. Did everybody see this?
Did you see how long I went?
I did so good.
So like it's of course, obviously, now there's this debate, right, where they keep saying breast is best, and then now they're saying, well, no, fed is best.
Yep.
And so in my opinion, obviously a fed baby is like your goal. That's right. What you need to aim for. But in all reality, what is a better food for your child? Obviously breast milk is better nutrient wise and everything like that.
Nutrient wise, yeah.
But like there's so many people and so many situations where it's just either not possible or it's really difficult. I've seen so many moms who it's like mastitis every 2 days and they just can't kick it. And it's like, okay, but you can't even feed your baby at this point. You can't even hold your baby at this point because you were just in so much pain. Yeah. And it's very painful. Like I've only towed the line of mastitis ever, and it was painful.
I've had it. Yeah.
And so that to me was like, whoa, okay. And I've always noticed as soon as you get a clogged duct, it takes forever to build up your supply again.
Yeah, it's
it
hard.
just hits you hard. So like there are people who do that. There's all of this debate, but like formula is a must. It's like you
crucial. It
you
really is
have to
life and
have
death
it.
between some people.
And some people really are champs and they just never ever introduce formula ever, period.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. And I also think it's
wish.
great when there are moms who use formula from day one. I get it. Like I'm not a judgmental
Yeah.
person. I think you do whatever is
Right.
best for you as the mom, also for your baby.
Yeah.
But like to be in this time, like I just think it's ridiculous. We're in 2022 and there's formula shortages. Like what are babies gonna do?
Yeah.
It's not just like, so it's like toilet paper. Right?
That's what I was gonna say. It's interesting that it like rotates, like toilet paper shortages,
Exactly.
and now we're at formula.
But
Like,
to
what's
me,
next?
I felt like that the toilet paper shortage, paper shortage
Say it.
was like a joke.
Yeah.
Everyone was laughing about it.
Yeah.
It was like, ha ha ha, go get your toilet paper, ha ha ha. This isn't funny.
Yeah.
This is not funny.
Yeah.
The baby, like, what are they going to do? If you didn't have toilet paper, there's plenty of things that you can use to substitute, like leaves. Let's go camping, you know?
You can survive without toilet paper.
Exactly. But,
You
like,
literally
what are the babies going to do?
I know.
Without the formula?
I think it's like time for community, though. I think
It
that we're
is.
going to start
And
seeing communities step up and
Yeah, exactly.
sharing breast milk and selling breast milk even. Anybody out there need a job?
No.
You really
You've
could
just
make
had a
a-
baby and
you could make a
and you
living.
make a lot of milk.
You could donate it.
You could. And honestly, like if it were me in this phase, I wouldn't be selling. I would probably donate
Donating,
because it hurts my heart that
Yeah.
babies like,
Are hungry.
yeah.
There's no way. There's no
and
way.
I know like the moms out there would do anything and everything
Yep.
to get food
Yep.
from anywhere as long as it was something that, you know. And here's the other thing though, there's babies who can only take a certain type of
Right.
formula,
Right.
and that's hard. Have you ever
Yeah.
had a baby that had to have a certain
I have. Yep.
type
And
of
we tried
formula?
different formulas and they were upset and very, very sick on every kind of formula but the one.
So then
I
what
kind
if
of-
you can't find that one, you know?
I don't know whether they're gonna. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe this is why I'm not having babies. I couldn't do this.
But it's like it puts you in a state of panic.
It is panicky.
It really does, because it's like, what are you gonna do?
I know.
And I've had
heart.
one baby that had to be on special formula. The other ones, then it was easy to, you know, they would handle anything and everything. And I think that I would be less worried with those ones because, but at the same time though, you don't want to be bouncing back and forth between
That's
formulas.
what I've seen is
That's
moms are like
hard.
literally just feeding their babies whatever they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
Back in my day, right, 5 years ago, like that was a no. Like
You can't be
you
popping
were. It's
back
like
and
a
forth.
gradual transition. If you were going to switch your baby formulas, like you didn't just switch around.
Exactly.
Now
But
they're
these
just
moms
feeding them
don't
what they
have
can.
a choice.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice, but then they
boy.
have the consequences. The
Yeah.
babies are upset and they're like, their tummies aren't handling it well. And I'm like, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And I'm due in December, so I'm hoping that it calms down by then. But if not, then you
know.
better believe that I'm going to be like making breastfeeding work, because I am too scared to not.
I know.
I would be way too scared to stop and go, what if?
I would almost be like start like buying
if?
some now.
Exactly.
Like
and
start
just
stocking up a little bit, like a
just
few
in
cans every
case.
month. I really
Because
would.
if you don't have it when you need it, that's when I feel like the panic starts setting in. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't even believe that this is happening. I do think that it is the perfect opportunity for community
Right.
to step in and just start sharing what you have. But then it's hard because it's like you go and stock up, but then a mom with a baby who needs it right this very second.
I know.
So then it's like, you don't really hang on to it, do you?
I believe
You know?
in karma though, like give now and I think it will come back around. I think it's going to come back around.
It's hard to just sit on it and hold it.
I know. When you
Right?
see the need out there, absolutely.
When they're like desperate for it right this very second, I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't know, or I can't take knowing that I'm being selfish, I guess.
right.
you know?
But selfish for like your own baby, it's hard.
It is. It's hard. It's
I
a
know.
really tough situation to be in, because it's like, How do you do this?
Have you seen the mamas that are like freeze drying their breast milk?
How do you do that?
You just put it on the tray and freeze dry it, I guess.
Really?
And
And
then
you
like
can make it
crumbles
powder?
up. Yeah, and then you make powder out of breast milk.
What?
It's a thing.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
was possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any milk yet.
And it's like
but-
shelf stable. So if the freezers and stuff, like if your freezer goes out, there goes all your breast milk. But this is like shelf stable.
Wow.
It's a thing.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
The things that they come up with.
So it's like a breast milk formula, I guess it could be. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then, how do you undehydrate it?
You add water to it.
Oh, same like formula.
Yeah. It's okay.
I just wondered.
But there's like a lot of moms that really do produce a ton of milk. That could be a good option that they freeze dry. It does take time,
That's
obviously.
me.
Yeah. But stock up on your own breast milk. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
know. I feel like that because for me, then I'll have a baby and, you know, the milk comes in. It was funny one time.
I don't even want to hear it.
I went to the hospital. I had my baby, and it was the first baby that I had had in the hospital. And so I was there, and we had to stay for the full 48 hours. And my baby, because my baby had jaundice, and so his bilirubin levels went up. And they were saying in order to get him down, you have to give him formula because at the beginning you only have colostrum. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, no. I can tell my milk's coming in by the end of the
Day
first
2,
day.
y'all.
Right. And so the nurse, she tells me, okay, this is my third kid. Okay, first kid in the hospital, but third kid. Mm-hmm. The nurse comes in and she tells me, because I'm like, no, don't give him any formula yet. I think my milk's coming in. And she was like, your milk's not going to come in until you're at like day 3 or 4.
Right.
You need to give this baby formula. And I'm like I'm feeling
Watch it.
engorgement, right?
Do
I'm
you
feeling
see?
it. I know. I'm feeling it come in, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? And so then she's like, well, I need you to express into this. It was like a little cup.
Dill.
And then put it into a syringe. And so she gives me like 3 syringes to fill up. And she's like, and they're teeny tiny little things. And she's just like, if you can get this much, that would be great. If you can't, that's okay too. So like 2 minutes, I have them all full. And I'm like, now what?
I told you so.
And she's looking at me and she's like, oh, it is coming in, isn't it?
She's a
I'm
cow.
like, here's the thing though. I'm not a first time mom.
Yeah.
You might look at me and think, oh, you're so young, you're so dumb, you don't know what you're doing.
No.
I do. How many kids have you had? Right?
Yeah.
So I was like pretty frustrated at that anyway. They didn't give my baby formula, which was fine. And I would have been fine either way, obviously, whatever he needs. But I was like, it's coming in. He'll be all right in like a day or 2.
Yeah.
And he was. So anyway, but yeah, mine is like as soon as the engorgement comes, then I'm like, don't pump. Just barely feed. Otherwise,
it
my
backs
body
off.
is going to keep
You poor thing.
going. It is bad.
What?
It's bad. Let me tell you.
I hear about these moms.
It's so bad. And that's why I say I hate opening up about it because then everyone's like, well, then why don't you breastfeed your baby? I
It's
know.
so hard.
I know.
It's
Okay.
probably the most dreaded part for me of babyism.
But that's because you struggle with it.
No, but even that, the whole process, okay?
It's hard.
Like, I like to sit down, and I don't mind, like, the baby attached to me and everything, but I take that, I do not like to sit down. No, I take that back. I do not like to sit down. That's my struggle right there. I cannot just sit there.
It's hard to
and
slow
I'm, like,
down.
looking around and all the other things, and I'm just like, oh.
You're like, hurry up. I know, let's make it go faster. I know. But see, for me, it was that. And then, like, I don't know why, but it's this mental block in me that I'm like, so you remember when I told you, I'm not a touchy-feely person. I don't like clinging on me. I don't like the cuddling. I want my space, my bubble.
I
That's
already
why I
had
say
you inside me.
I know it's selfish. I know,
It's
but
not.
I just couldn't take it anymore. Okay, it was affecting my mental sanity, and so I had to
Do you,
be
like,
done.
feel it down, like, in your arms? Yeah. Like, they're sucking the life out of you, literally.
Really do.
Like, I literally can feel it, like, down here, and I'm just like, I can't, like, get off. Dad, here.
Take it.
I am the worst breastfeeder.
I'm not too bad. I've gotten a little bit better, but I have to get over the hurdle of needing my space back.
I feel it.
That's my biggest thing. Yeah. So, but I remember like every time that I go to feed my babies, then as soon as they get on, then they stay there, they're good, and then the letdown happens. And that's when they're like, it's like,
they're
as
drowning.
they're eating, they're going, trying to take it all. And I'm like, so then they get off, and I'm like, no, don't do that, because then it's just spraying them in the face. They're like, what's going on? Out of both sides. And I'm like, make it stop.
I feel like I might be mad at you for that much milk. I do feel the judgment coming in, honestly.
Here it comes.
I'm judging.
Okay, I'm done. Anyway, no, I'm just saying it would be really, really difficult to have to go through this. So I'm really hoping that it's not happening in December.
Do you see the mamas who, when they see formula, then they snap it and share like on Instagram, like, hey, this formula's here, this kind of formula. I think that's community right there.
That's the community.
Yeah.
But let's see what other moms are saying about it, because I say, well, I hope that it's not this way in December, but there are moms right now, obviously, that are going through it. And so let's see what other moms are saying about it. So this is one of the pictures. I mean, you could see on Google, on everything, where people are just like, there's nothing left. Yeah. There's nothing left. But see, I can imagine that somebody with that one can of that type of formula, they're like, I need that one. That's the one I need. So I, like you were saying, snapping pictures in the grocery store and sending them, sharing them in your groups, in your mom friend groups and everything, just so that people know where they can go to get that specific type of formula.
I hope it doesn't cause like a panic though.
Beneficial.
Everybody in there like stampeding. It's hard.
Well, we've got a couple of stories, so let's go to the first one. Okay, so this one is about a mom who, she's running out of baby formula, obviously. She tells everybody, don't tell me to breastfeed. This is that thing that I was telling you about, where everyone's just like, well, if you don't have formula, then just breastfeed.
It's not that easy.
Right. So then
that's
Olivia. What she's saying. But then I just quit anyway. No, but then she's just saying how through her pregnancy, she knew she wanted to breastfeed. She knew she was going to do it. She was going to make it happen and everything. And then life happens.
Right.
Like life happens. She has all of these things that are going on, these really stressful things with her husband moving out of state and this. And she's having to move as well. And all of that at the same time, like her baby's 7 weeks old and her supply just starts to tank.
Right.
And obviously, like for me, my thing is stress. Stress will get me every single time. So because there have been some postpartum journeys where I have gone back to work a little sooner than I would have liked to. And the environment and everything else and the go was just really stressful. And so I just stopped producing. And that's saying something for me. Right? To just stop producing.
Yeah.
But stress can do that to you. So I feel her. And so now at this point that everyone's just like, well, if you need formula, just start breastfeeding. And she's like, I can't.
Literally
it won't.
Yeah.
And obviously being in this situation, she's more stressed out because now there's no formula. And so she's panicking. The last thing that a mom needs to hear is, then why don't you just breastfeed? Because
like you do it.
Exactly. So I mean, like I feel for this mom. I feel for her going through all of this stuff and trying to figure out what she's going to do for her baby and everything without being able to breastfeed. Like I said, there's so many other moms. I mean, even moms from day one that can't feed their babies.
Wonder what they did back in the day.
I don't know. Well, they had wet nurses.
Yeah, so that's community again, coming together and everybody helping.
Yeah. So, okay, so here's a question. If you had the option to get donated milk, would you take it?
I would be nervous about it.
So would I. I wondered. For me, because that's what another thing that they're saying for her, they're just saying, oh, just go get some donor milk. And to me, I'm like, unless I knew the mom who was producing the milk, it would be really hard. It would be really hard for me to take the donor milk because
Feels like you're like, it's like creating your baby out of this other person's milk, and then it's not your baby anymore. And I don't know. But then formula,
I don't know. To me, I'm like, because when I'm breastfeeding, then I'm really careful about what I eat. And my babies usually have a sensitive stomach.
Yeah.
Especially when they're babies. Like, I can't eat beans. I can't eat chocolate. Can't eat
peaches?
Onions. I don't know. I haven't tried peaches.
Yeah. Okay, so I see other moms just like eating, and I'm like, you can't eat that. Like, what are you doing? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Grandma told us you can't have these things while you're breastfeeding. You can't. And these moms just eat whatever they want. And I'm just like,
how? But then exactly. But then there are some times where moms are just like, my baby just won't stop crying. And I'm like, what'd you eat?
Yep, what did you eat? And they're like, that's a thing. I'm like,
I know.
What kind of mother are you? Grandma didn't tell you that.
You have to know. You have to know these things. But like, I have these list of things that I just cannot eat.
You just can't.
And so if you were to get milk from somebody,
and they were eating beans, oh my word.
Yeah.
Your baby's just going to be screaming.
I know.
Yeah.
But then like also, what if because I try to generally eat pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And what if there's like caffeine and alcohol, you know? Like, I don't do that stuff.
That would
I'm
be
like,
me
really?
Not the alcohol. It was the caffeine.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad, you know, you do you. I'm just saying.
Everybody has their standards.
And for my babies,
She's super high.
Is my... like, stop it. Okay.
No judgment.
That's right. This is a judge-free zone. Okay. Right.
She's not judgy at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Back to her.
Okay. Anyways, but all I'm saying is that it's hard. It'd be hard. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a mom, and she's like, okay, this is the situation that happened. She wants to know if she's like the bad guy for taking multiple containers of formula out of a couple's cart due to the formula shortage.
What?
Okay. So, and that's what she did. So, she said...
stole it out of their cart?
Okay, wait. Let's listen to her story.
Okay.
She says, my husband and I just had our first child last month. I haven't been able to find formula anywhere. He's on a sensitive brand of formula, right? Last week, I drove 2 hours to another store just to get some of his formula. When I get to the aisle, I saw an older couple taking some formula off the shelf. I realized they weren't stopping, and they eventually had about 40 cans of formula in their cart, emptying the shelf.
Wow.
Of all the formula. I spoke up asking if I could just have about 4 cans for my newborn at home. The husband scowled at me and they just started pushing their cart away. I said, excuse me, and they just couldn't take all of the formula when I clearly needed it as well. They said they got there first and they had twins to feed, so basically it's not their problem. I was stressed and furious at this point, so I cut in front of their cart and started grabbing a few cans. I figured they hadn't paid for any of this, so why not? I wasn't going to let my baby go hungry because they wanted to grab all the formula. Obviously, first, then you read the title, and she's taking formula out of somebody else's cart. So immediately, I'm like, you can't. What are you doing? Like, you can't just take it from somebody else's cart. Remember when we were saying, what if it gets this bad that people are like making a mad dash for it, starting a fight over it? But then you realize that all these older people are just taking everything off of the shelf.
Yeah.
Everything off the shelf. This is where I'm saying, like, how much do you really need? Like, everybody needs it. I get that you're like, I need this all for my baby, but what's she supposed to do when she has like a baby to feed too?
Right.
So
I get both sides of it, honestly.
You do.
I do.
You do. Because as a mom, you go into panic mode.
I would never.
You would.
I would look at those people who are taking all the formula and I'd be like, you guys kind of suck, you know? But at the same time, I would never go take formula.
What would you do?
I would wait. I would go somewhere else. I would figure something else out. I would never, I would go out in the parking lot, offer more money for the formula. I would do something else other than, I would never do that. Even if I was desperate, I cannot imagine myself
just going straight for it.
Yeah, that's like that's like the rioting mode, and I would never want to create that.
I can't see myself truly doing that. Hi, Roman.
Hi.
What you doing?
Mom,
What?
I need tissue.
You need a tissue? Okay, go ask Ava or Jaslyn and they'll help you.
Mom, I don't want.
Okay. Bye.
Hi.
Sucky. Yeah.
Mom, I can ask Daddy.
Okay, go ask Jesse. Has to be his idea. Okay, so, but I can't see myself actually doing this in real life.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what I would do. You know?
I know. That's like, what are the other options?
But
there has to be other options.
After she did that, then the security and everybody gets called, and then they come down and they're like, you don't have to do that. Just call an assistant, call an attendant. Just
there's
ask
other
for help.
options.
And then they said there's a limit on how much formula, so they wouldn't have been able to get all of that anyways. They would have been stopped at the checkout and been like, you can only have this much. If you would have just followed them up to the register, you'd have been right there to get the next set of however many you could get. Yeah. Right?
Right.
So then it's like, I don't know.
Why does she say she only needs 4 cans too? I would be buying the max amount. Allotted. Yeah. Obviously. I would be planning ahead. That would be my job. If it's something to feed your baby, I would be out as your job. Day. I would be shopping every single store and making sure my babies are fed. Mm-hmm. I would do whatever.
Then the other couple has twins.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they get the double amount?
Maybe if they have 2 people with them, maybe this person can buy the max and this person can buy the max.
Oh, that's true.
Because there are different family sizes. I remember going to stores during some of the shortages, and they're like, "Oh, you can only get this much." I'm like, I'm not stocking up. Like, this is literally just what it takes to feed my family for the week, you know? And they have these max on like pastas and stuff. I'm like, it takes me 3 or 4 packages just for 1 meal. So I'm like, Lane,
go get in line.
Like, you're going to do a checkout just so we can get through the week and feed my family. People look at you and judge automatically, like, oh, her cart's overflowing. This is literally normal for me.
This is life.
So you got twins, and maybe they're exclusively on formula, and maybe that really is just what I'm not saying the 40 cans, right? It's not, or however, 20 cans?
She says 40, but you never know.
Yeah,
maybe she's like going through something and she's like, it's like 40 cans when it was like 15. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm definitely like a planner.
I don't know.
I'm definitely like an end of the world planner, though. I would be out as my job, literally, like, I would be searching all the ads, Facebook ads everywhere, and getting what you need to. I mean, you do what it takes to feed your babies.
Yeah, for sure.
But in a nice way. We're not gonna create panic.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't do it.
That's tough. They
have
though.
Shortages on, like, when the toilet paper shortages, right? I just go back every day. You stay within the store's guidelines and follow the rules and do what you can. Take care of your families.
But then don't be so mean about it.
Yeah. There's a way to do this, you guys.
Okay, let's go to the next one. They're afraid that they are, like, they might be hoarding baby formula. Okay. So is that like a bad thing? Is it a bad thing to potentially be hoarding the baby formula? Okay, so this is the dad. This is the dad saying it. So he has a 10-week-old at home who's on formula, and he's like, this is not a debate on formula versus breastfeeding. Right. She's done. It's not happening. We're moving on. Right. Okay. 3 days ago, he notices that the last tub is like halfway empty, so he swings by the store, nothing there. So then he goes to another store, and there's nothing there. Goes to another store, there's nothing there. Several different places, can't find it. Finally, he goes into one place and he finds a lot of it, of the specific type that he needs. So then he buys $500 worth of it. Right. $500 worth of this formula. And I think he bought it out of the store as well. So he just got as much as he could from that store and then left. And in his mind, he's like, I have been looking for days and days. I've been driving all this time. I've been going all these places to get my baby some food. And finally he finds it. So, like,
stock up a little bit. Yeah.
Logically, you would do this. And he says, according to his calculations, this is probably going to last maybe 7.5 weeks for his baby. Mm-hmm. And that's not a lot of time.
Nope.
Like, that's not a lot of time.
Nope.
If the baby's 10 weeks old right now, that's not a lot of time. So that's as much formula as he got. As he's walking out of the store, though, then the person who stands there and checks everybody off yells after him and says, you are the reason that we are in situation like this. You are the type of person that is causing things like this. If you wouldn't go and stock up on all this formula like this, then everybody would have enough.
Right.
So then, Like, is that
you can
true?
see both sides of it again.
Is he hoarding the formula, or
that's
is
not
he
hoarding to me.
getting enough
Yeah.
to make sure that his baby is okay? Because right now, that's only 7.5 weeks. He's going to have to go in 3 weeks again to start stocking up again.
Yep. Babies need to eat.
It is what it is.
Seriously.
Even without the formula shortage, I remember going and just stocking up off of the shelves just to make sure that I had enough to last for X amount of time, so that I wouldn't have to worry about going back out and making sure to, because when you get to the last can, it's so frustrating,
worst, yeah.
and it's anxiety.
Yeah.
You get anxious because it's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? We're getting down to the end and I have to go to the store. What if the store doesn't have it?
Yeah.
And especially when your baby's on a special kind of formula, you can only get it from specific stores. That is frustrating.
I think every mama really does have it, and every parent, I should say, has it in their head that whatever it takes to feed feeding your
kinda
children is like
do.
a top priority.
But like, how do you refrain from it turning into something like this, where you're like, oh, I'm fighting over it in a grocery cart, or I am hoarding it, and now everyone's mad at me.
I think the
saying that I'm
store
causing it.
limits
Like, how
really
do you-
do help on those kind of things. I think having the store set up their limits and say, come back when you're out again, like we'll try to keep it stocked, but if everybody can get some, it's a hard situation. I would be really second guessing. Like I would be putting everything I could into breastfeeding, honestly.
Yeah.
If at all possible.
If it's possible.
If at all possible. That's what we've been talking about in our friend groups lately. Like, if you can breastfeed,
just
this
try.
is the time.
Yep.
And even if you can breastfeed and you produce extra to share with your community around you, this is the time. Mm-hmm. And save the formula for the babies who the moms really can't, because there are moms who really cannot.
There really are. There are moms
not by
that just
choice, but
cannot.
it just doesn't produce.
It's just the way that it is.
I would be one of the moms that literally just could not produce enough to keep my baby thriving. My babies really do go into failure to thrive mode. Mm-hmm. They're just not doing well. So
Yeah.
save it for us.
Exactly. So it's
You
like
mamas who can
it's like-
breastfeed. No.
Okay, fine. I see you.
Or I don't know.
No, yeah.
I
for
think
sure.
if it really honestly got down to, if you could breastfeed your baby and you knew that there wasn't formula at the store, you would breastfeed them.
Right. And not only
If you
for
could.
my own kids, but then to be like, I am
share,
taking
you would
one
feel so
last baby, or I'm taking at least one baby off of the list of babies that need
Right.
formula.
Right.
Now there's enough for another baby whose mom can't, or who has been put up for adoption or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's different scenarios and situations with so many babies. And if you could breastfeed, one, you're saving your own baby. Two, you're making room for somebody else to have the formula that they need.
Yep.
And then, to donate your extra milk if the baby's not using it anyway.
Freeze dry it.
Might as well. Anyway, so.
Oh, it's a hard topic.
Because
I do
I
not
would
consider
see
that hoarding.
myself
I would
doing that.
I would do it with all the judgment and everything to feed my baby. I'll take the judgment.
Yeah,
Judge me like I'm feeding my baby, and I will feed my baby.
exactly. Yep. But with that being said, there are some people who are buying the formula and then selling
Making
it
a job out of it. I can see that.
at a higher price.
Sick.
It is. I'm like, that's next level.
I see people going out and
Gross.
buying it, and so that way people can contact them and saying, "Hey, we just bought all this formula. Who needs formula?"
That's
like,
okay. That's
who
a
needs
different
it?
story, though.
And they're not. I think they're even just buying it and handing it out to the moms in need. That's a whole. That's a whole. different thing.
And even if they were just charging regular price for it.
But like I said, if you're
here you go.
breastfeeding mama and you produce a lot, this could be your market.
This could be when you go out and try it.
I think that there really is enough milk producing mothers out there that we could feed all the babies. Let's just, all the moms who could do it, let's just do it. We could set up like whole rooms for these ladies, right? We will feed you. We'll have full-time daycare for the rest of your children. We'll have entertainment. We'll have back rubs going on. We can do your hair.
And see,
blowouts.
then I could do it. Then I would sign
Right,
up
if you
for
sat
it.
there and got pampered to feed the babies, it would be like a charity event.
I will say though, like if I could get a good pump, you know, those wireless, hands-free, everything, I might not hate so much pumping.
I know.
Pumping
I see the
is
technology. I'm like,
difficult.
where was that?
No,
What?
pumping is difficult because it's like you're tied
tied
up
down.
for 20 minutes. You can't do anything. You can't hold your baby. You can't be anywhere.
That's
And
just
so
what
you
you're
just have
doing.
to sit there and be like,
Yeah.
okay. It's not fun. So
It's a great excuse though when you want to watch a movie.
you're like,
I'm pumping.
sorry guys, I'm pumping.
This is my time.
Okay, so this one says, this is on the reselling. I'm so disappointed in resellers that they're contributing to the formula shortage. So they're taking free sample cans you get from Similac for up to $50.
Wow.
They're reselling free sample cans for $50.
Yep.
The sad thing is that moms will pay it because we would
You
do
really would.
anything
You
to
really
feed
would.
your babies. And I just cannot believe that there are really people who would do that, who would take advantage of moms in this vulnerable situation that we're in and babies. Like, really? This is like I was saying, the whole toilet paper shortage. Like, yeah, that was a joke. That was funny. Ha ha ha.
This
Okay,
is
fine.
actual food.
Buy your toilet paper and sell it for twice as the amount. Okay, right? This is like, this is for babies. This is how they are living, and especially babies under 6 months old. This is their food. There is no other option for food.
Wow.
This is it. Aww.
Free. Aw, see, then there's these kind of people.
Then you have,
When you feel so good about yourself,
yes, I
like
would.
even your extra formula and stuff. Oh, there's God.
It makes me happy to see. So we're looking at a couple of different, I like local ads and things like that are selling baby food for free. So not really selling, but for cheap or free for community. So I would just say, if you're a mom right now dealing with this formula shortage, first of all, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, that you're dealing with this right now, that your baby is having to go through this. It's difficult. I can't even imagine. Second, look in communities, look around you, check with your family members, your friends, your neighbors even. This isn't a time to be too shy or embarrassed
Self-conscious about
or
it, yeah.
nervous about asking or feeling like ashamed that you have to ask. Like, this isn't the time for that. Everyone understands what everyone's going through, and I can almost guarantee that anybody who learned that you were struggling trying to get food for your baby would love to jump in and help you. So reach out. If you don't have any family members close by, then neighbors, friends, grocery store people that you see in the grocery store, even just anybody. Reach out to them. Say that you need help. Tell them what kind of formula you're looking for. Go on your local ads and Facebook ads and different things like that to just get what you need for your baby. And good luck.
And if you have them, share them.
Share.